Previously on Chain Link Theater.
Within this skyscraper high above the city, 12 terrorists have declared war.
They have already killed one hostage.
Channels reserved for emergency calls only.
Do anything you have a chance against us, cowboy.
Got invited to the Christmas party by mistake. Who knew?
Thank you for choosing Chain Link Theater. Please turn up your cell phones, grab your own snack, and hold on to your butts. Your feature presentation begins now!
Welcome back to Chain Link Theater, the show where every movie leads us to the next, one actor at a time. I'm Autumn.
And I'm Kyle.
And today we're linking from Die Hard to Sin City, thanks to the next link in the chain, like really the one and only Bruce Willis.
The Bruce Willis.
The Bruce Willis.
Yeah. What a guy.
What a guy. Well, Kevin Smith says he's a dick.
He does.
So.
That's true. What do you know about Bruce Willis?
Blind Date.
Because we forgot to look up anything.
Blind Date, Moonlighting, the Hudson Hawk, Die Hard.
Yeah.
The Kid.
Lucky Number fucking 11.
Oh, Lucky Number 11. That's a great movie.
We should have done that.
Yeah.
Josh Hartnett's in that too.
He is.
Yeah.
But we still have access to Lucky Number 11 by a lot of ways right now.
Interesting. Do you know Kevin Smith has actually recanted that, but it might be because Bruce is going through stuff.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. He said he feels bad, but
Does he feel bad about tweeting how terrible Southwest Airlines was for kicking him off? Probably
no,
not.
because Southwest Airlines doesn't have aphasia.
That's true. Oh, yeah. And Whole Nine Yards.
Born Walter Bruce Willis, March 19th of 1955 in Germany.
How fascinating.
Yep. 71-year-old man as of recently. Retired in 2022.
Yep.
Was married to Demi Moore from 87
To 2000-ish.
2000.
Yeah.
And he's been with his current wife since 2009.
Samesies.
Oh, yeah, you have been with your current wife since 2009.
I have.
Yeah, and you've been a great
Lovely.
man of the house.
I have been a great man of the house.
I have been a great man of the house. He has 5 children.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of kids.
What a life.
Yeah.
Started in Moonlighting, which you also enjoy.
I've never seen it.
Oh, Blind Date is what you enjoy.
I love Blind Date.
You do. It's a
You love John Larroquette.
it's a movie. I don't think I've ever said that.
I'd say it for you
Okay.
all the time.
You can do that. He's always said his acting role models are Gary Cooper, Robert De Niro, Steve McQueen, John Wayne, just kind of the big
Yeah.
action stars
Gary Cooper.
of the
Who
60s
the heck is
and
Gary Cooper?
70s. I don't know, but he mentioned him in the cowboy speech in Die Hard.
Oh, okay.
He said, "Oh, you're thinking of Gary Cooper."
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is. Putting my feet up on a shredder,
Putting
making
your
sure I'm
feet
not
up
going to get
again.
shredded.
Okay. So yeah, what else do you know about him?
Nothing. Nothing at all. He went bald.
He did go bald. He's got a different face now than he used to.
I stand by the fact that a lot of men in Hollywood, their faces grow.
I think
as
his
they
did the
age.
opposite.
You think his shrank?
His shrank, kind of like Robert Downey Jr. has a skinnier face now.
Yeah, he does.
I don't know. Like if you look at even in Sin City, he looks like John McClane.
Yeah.
But
he
the
does.
guy on the cover of Surrogates is a very different looking man, and I don't think it's just the baldness, but I don't know.
I don't know. I think he looks the same.
I don't know. What history do you have with Sin City?
I've seen it one time, didn't remember it, watched it this time, and was very confused that none of the stories went together.
Yeah,
I forgot that.
I didn't remember hardly any of this.
No, I remember Brittany Murphy being in it, and that's literally it.
I remembered most of who was in it, but just as part of my tism I remember that about most movies.
Yeah.
Because there's a bunch of people in this, so it's
There are.
easy to use in the movie game.
There's a lot of people in Sin City.
We can go fucking anywhere.
We can. And
Today.
nowhere at the same time if we wanted to.
We could also go nowhere. Yeah, we could go straight to Sin City too,
No, thank
which
you.
I've never seen, which has all of the people who die in this movie in it.
What?
Yeah, pretty sure. I don't think, I'm not going to spoil who dies in this movie. I don't think Clive Owen's in it, but I think pretty much everyone else is.
Clive Owen's not my favorite character from the movie, but
He is mine.
he's my second favorite for sure.
I don't even know the character name, but he is absolutely my
Dwight.
favorite character in this movie. Oh, yeah, Dwight. Dumb name.
It is a dumb name, but I love it.
Yeah. Who's your favorite? Marv?
Marv.
Marv's awesome. I love Marv. Real ladies' man in the correct way.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a woman's champion.
Yes.
I loved him.
Woman's body's her own fucking business.
Yeah.
Came out April 1st of 2005.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Okay. What about it?
It's old.
You had already graduated from high school.
I know.
You're old.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm not.
Oh, okay.
That was a interesting time.
Yeah, it was. Borat, Team America.
Fantastic Four.
Oh, okay.
The movie? What
Oh, yeah. No, I just.
Why'd you make that face?
I don't. Napoleon Dynamite.
Blood Rain actually came out this year.
Oh my gosh. When did the
2005.
DOA movie you just watched come out? Because that was terrible.
2006. Is
Awful.
anybody from... I don't think anybody from DOA is in... Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Devin
Miho.
Aoki from DOA is in this. Michael Madsen from Blood Rain, which came out the same year, is in this. But Michael Madsen decided to act in this movie. Don't watch Blood Rain. Come listen to us talk to you about it on Cannonball. And the other movie, Fantastic Four, Jessica Alba
Yep.
is in
It's a
this.
lot of stuff.
Yeah. Fascinating.
It is fascinating.
How many people are in this that we can't use?
None.
None? Yeah.
Bruce Willis.
Well, yeah.
That's it.
That's how we got here. This is a highly stylized movie, dude.
It is.
It is black and white, but I would say that Clerks is gray in comparison to this movie.
This one is like purposefully like
Black
and
white.
white.
There is
And
no
then some yellow sometimes.
and some red.
And red.
There's very little gray.
Yeah, no, it is black and white.
I have the first issue of the comics, and good lord, it looks exactly like it.
That's cool.
Yeah, I've never read it because I don't do that. But it was written by Frank Miller, the game,
Yeah.
the comics. Oh, I said the game there for a second.
It's okay.
Used
You're
to
used to
my other
Cannonball.
show. Yeah. Frank Miller directed this with the help of Robert Rodriguez. I could not figure out actually which one of those helped the other one. Frank Miller is not a director.
Right.
He wrote one of the best comic books of all time in The Dark Knight Returns and Sin City, and I think he had a hand in a Daredevil run, but that is not his baby. I think he even has a Punisher run. He's a big Marvel guy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Had a special scene directed by Quentin Tarantino. We'll point that out when we get there.
Okay. Yep.
Written by Frank Miller and Robert Rodriguez, but Robert Rodriguez is on record saying there was no script.
Huh?
They had the comic book on set,
Oh, okay.
which is super cool.
But that is cool.
Yeah, so he had the mind of the man who created the story on set with him and the book.
That's awesome.
So that's why the writing credits are like that. It was composed by 3 fucking people. I don't know why. John Debney, Graham Revell, who we've covered before, and Robert Rodriguez himself.
Yeah.
Music here, kind of interesting. Very noir, very 40s lounge, just bass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't notice the music as normal for me.
as normal for you.
As normal for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's pull up this crew finder here. Rated R, runtime of 2 hours and 4 minutes, and Jesus Christ.
I felt well, no, I didn't.
The last 40 minutes.
The last 40 minutes I did not like.
Well, I didn't like them either, but I was also like, how the fuck is this movie still on?
It was the first time in the movie that I was like, why are we still going?
Yeah,
So,
right.
Yeah.
If you don't know Robert Rodriguez, by the way, he did From Dusk Till Dawn, most famously. He did Planet Terror and Alita Battle Angel, which I actually like.
I did like Alita.
Yeah. Frank Miller has only 3 directorial credits to his name, and they are all comic books that he created. This, Sin City 2, and The Spirit.
What's the spirit?
Also crazy, super stylized. I don't think it's in black and white, but it looks similar to this movie. Write that down. Why are you fucking with stuff?
I was trying to turn it off so I wouldn't worry about it burning me or anything. And then I slid it all the way down, and that's just on. Whoops. I apologize. I was just trying to turn it off because my feet are on it, and I was like, I don't want to get sucked into that.
Now that I have the composers in front of me, now that we had to cut because you did. You turned on a paper shredder in the middle of the show.
On a shredder.
John Debney has 169 career credits to his name. The most important ones would be Iron Man 2.
Greatest Showman.
He also did The Jungle Book, the live-action remake.
Okay.
Greatest Showman, which you love some of the songs from, but only the ones sung by the pop stars, not the actors in the movie.
I like the This Is Me one, and that's sang by the girl.
Kiala Settle. That's
Yeah.
because that song's a banger.
And then the other two are, I don't know who's singing. Pink, and then the other one is who? James Arthur.
Never heard of him.
He sings my favorite Greatest Showman song ever.
Oh.
So.
Rewrite the Stars.
Yeah.
We enjoy the Greatest Showman soundtrack to an extent. We've never seen that movie.
Never seen it. Don't even know what it's about, really.
They pushed some of those songs to radio, and we ended up hearing them. We're like, oh, that's pretty good.
It's a great song.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I'll hear the Zendaya version. And I'm like, what the fuck is this?
What's this?
Where's James Arthur?
Why are you covering this?
I don't like it. So.
Graham Revell, another one of the composers, did the soundtrack to Lara Croft's Tomb Raider, which I've covered on my other show, and the soundtracks to Daredevil, Pitch Black, and From Dusk Till Dawn, which means he works with Robert Rodriguez. Robert Rodriguez takes a composer credit on almost all of his movies.
Oh, why?
I do not know.
Interesting.
I could not find anything out about that.
Is it like more cowbell, or is he like an actual musician?
I don't know. I literally have no idea, but he did Kill Bill 2, which is Tarantino. He did From Dusk Till Dawn, Sin City 2, Planet Terror, Alita Battle Angel. It just... Like half of his movies.
I'm going to say that he's really talented.
I do believe that from watching his movies, so yeah. I'll give that to you. This movie's available to rent and buy for $3.99 everywhere you can do that. It is not available on streaming. It cost $40 million to make, which does surprise me. This movie is almost entirely special effects.
That's why. Right?
No, it surprises me that it's that little.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Then, I agree with you.
Yeah, okay. Because we just watched 2 Marvel movies that took $180 million to make, and this is coated with a layer of paint on every single frame.
And it has a huge cast.
Yeah,
So,
a very
I am
expensive
surprised.
cast. Massive cast. It made $158 million.
Good job.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Not Marvel levels, but pretty
Pretty good profit.
pretty good. What, you got anything else about this movie?
Nope. I'm ready to get into it.
You don't seem to. I guess I can read the back of the box, which is another long one. Oh, I guess the last long one I read was on the Patreon.
Yeah, and you did a Macho Man
Soldier.
impression the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
It was great.
Was it great?
I thought it was hilarious.
If you want to hear my Macho Man impression. By the way, our Patreon is under the price of a coffee every month.
It is.
And there are already nearly 30 movies on there
Yeah.
that you will have access to as soon as you sign up.
Yeah. We've done a lot.
We have a lot of fun over there.
We are.
And
I'm
we-
enjoying it.
We kind of lose our minds. We're a little less,
Filtered, I guess?
yeah, a little less filtered, a little less reserved,
Yes.
a little less in control. It's wild. Have a good time with you over there. I can't read some of this because there's an old sticker on it. Should I read this one or the one on the internet?
Just read the one on the back of the box.
An amazing cast of big screen favorites is directed by Robert Rodriguez, Frank Miller, and special guest director Quentin Tarantino, and an acclaimed and visually stunning hit. That's the coolest movie of the year. Straight from the pages of Miller's hit series of Sin City graphic novels, Bruce Willis stars as a cop with a bum ticker, which means a bad heart.
Yeah.
I don't know why they would say it that way on the back of the...
Because that's what he calls it, I think.
He does, but it's weird. And a vow to protect a sexy stripper, Jessica Alba, Mickey Rourke as an it just suddenly says Mickey Rourke next, as an outcast misanthrope on a mission to avenge the death of his one true love. And Clive Owen as Dwight, the clandestine love of Shelley, who spends his night defending Gail and her Old Town girls from Tough Guy. This is where there's a sticker covering some of it. With something.
Oh, okay, mystery. With mystery.
Yeah, I don't know what that... I'm not going to pull it out. We'll
I
just
think
find
that-
out with what.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out as we go.
All right. So
What
let's do
happens in this movie?
Okay, so we open.
Oh, my God.
I had an itch. So we open with a lady standing out in the rain in a red dress, shivering, and Josh Hartnett walks up behind her, and he basically tells her, like, I've watched you for days. You're everything a man could ever want. Your face, your figure, it's your eyes. Like, he's just, like, putting mad riz on her, and it's working. And she's like, what do you see in my eyes or something?
At which point they flash green. The whole movie's black and white.
Yeah, and then he's like, I see a crazy poem. You're sick of running. You don't want to face it alone. And she's like, no, I don't want to face it alone. And then they start making out. And then he's talking like the little thing. And he's like,
Noir voiceover.
I tell her everything will be all right. That'll save her from everything. I tell her I love her. And then he shoots her. And then he just holds her in the rain while she dies.
Yeah.
Aw.
Aw.
How romantic.
Almost never to be seen again.
Almost.
Josh Hartnett.
Worth it though. So
when they start kissing in the rain, it switches to silhouettes of them, but the silhouettes are white.
Yeah.
Stark white.
It was pretty cool.
Look cool.
And then so now we just cut to Bruce Willis, who says he's retiring from the force. Doctor's orders because of his angina. He's thinking about the stakes that his wife, I think her name's Eileen, has waiting for him at home, but he has one more loose end he has to tie up before he'll quit. And then he goes to see his partner like on a dock, and his partner's like, this is stupid, you shouldn't be doing this, you should just go home.
Already acting, by the way. If you listen to Cannonball in Blood Rain, he never acted once.
Oh, this guy?
Michael Madsen.
This was Michael Madsen?
Yes.
Oh, I couldn't tell.
Oh my God.
I don't know, he had glasses.
Well, you loved him in Reservoir Dogs.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who was he in Reservoir Dogs?
Oh my God. What's happening? He's Mr. Blonde. Stuck in the middle.
Oh, yeah, he's freaky.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, he was black and white this time, so I don't blame myself.
And
wearing glasses.
40 pounds heavier.
Yeah, and glasses.
Yeah.
So the Marvel, like, disguise works on me.
Apparently.
Like, who is that? So, anyway, so he's talking to his boss, or not his boss, his partner. And his partner's like, you could get me killed, too, if you do this. And then what's his name? Hartigan? Hartigan is Bruce Willis's name. And he's like, if we keep waiting, then he'll just kill his next victim. He already has her, and her name's Nancy. So that's who they're looking for. And then Bob says, you're pushing 60 and you've got a bum ticker. You're not saving anyone. Think about your wife. And then Bruce Willis says, maybe you're right. And then he punches him in the face.
And then he says, hell of a way to end a partnership.
Yeah. And then he's like, Nancy Callahan is age 11 and he's on his way to save her. So Nancy is kidnapped, and two like creepers come in and talk. Like a creeper comes in and talks to her about how good she's being, like, since being taken. And then two other guys are just standing by a car, and Bruce Willis takes him out, and then his angina starts acting up, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna die, but I have to save this little girl first.
Yeah.
So, and then we see Benny and Lenny, who are twins with the same face, and they take Nancy to some guy, and then the guy tells them, like, we're just gonna have this nice little talk. And then Hartigan has to take this like pill while he's like crawling on the ground so that he doesn't die. I'm guessing like a baby aspirin or something.
Yeah.
Or like, what's it called? Nitrogen? I don't remember what you take if you are having a heart attack.
I wouldn't know.
Hopefully we never know.
Yeah.
So, and then he's like, no need to play it quiet. And then he starts talking about how everyone that this person has killed, all the victims look horrified and like they were tortured, and it's really bad. So Hartigan like gets shot while he's running to get Nancy, and then the guy who's kidnapped Nancy takes off with Nancy. They get it to the end of the dock, and Hartigan catches up, and his name's Rourke. And then he's basically like, my dad is a big deal, so you should just let me kill these little girls.
Yeah.
And then Hartigan shoots his ear off and tells Nancy to cover her eyes. And then Rourke, like, he shoots off Rourke's like whole hand.
Rourke shoots him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he shoots off Rourke's whole arm that he was holding the gun with, and his penis. In his penis.
Yeah, he says, I take away his weapons, and shoots his hand, and shoots the gun out of his hand. He says, both of them.
Yep, and shoots him in the penis.
In the penis.
Yeah, removing it, severing it. Thank goodness. And then his partner, Bob, shoots up and shoots Hartigan in the back a bunch.
He shows up, yeah.
Yeah, he shows up with broken glasses and shoots Hartigan in the back. And then Hartigan basically is trying to like talk to Bob to distract him while the sirens show up, because he's like, if I can distract him long enough, he'll leave Nancy alone, basically.
As soon as the camera reveals his face, Bruce Willis says, Hell of a way to end a partnership.
You already punched him, to be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah.
He says it again. It's cool.
He does say it again. I liked it. And then Hartigan tells Nancy to run, and Bob's like, don't run. He's crazy.
Yeah.
And then she doesn't. She just sits there. Yeah. So the sirens are close now. Like, the sirens show up. Bob leaves. And then he's like, okay, she'll be safe now. That's what matters. And then he takes like 4 more shots from Bob. And then he says, an old man dies for a little girl. That's a fair trade.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
He gets shot like 14 times.
Yep. And then this is where I would prefer that to end. Anyway, now we move on. Now we move on to Marv. So, like, basically, Marv is having sex with this lady who has a red blanket on and blonde hair. Her name's Goldie.
She is entirely in color.
Is she entirely in color?
Yeah.
I thought just her hair was in color.
Her skin is golden. Yeah.
I did not notice that.
Flesh colored, yeah.
Okay, so it's a woman in color. And basically, they bone. We get to see her boobs. And then he wakes up the next morning and Goldie's dead. And he's like, there's not a mark on her. She was murdered and I was sleeping next to her. And so now he's like contemplating like who, because he didn't know Goldie. He met her last night.
Yeah.
And he's already madly in love with her.
Yeah.
And he's
the perfect woman.
Yeah. He's contemplating like who she was before he met her and who she could have been mixed up with. And like he is basically sitting there and he's just like, okay, so whoever did this clearly framed me. So I'm just going to go out swinging.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to, but he's calm about it. He's just like, all right. So he like he makes it outside by beating up a bunch of cops that are running up the stairs, which clearly makes it a frame job because who called the cops that a dead hooker is upstairs? Makes no sense. So he's right. And then one of the cool parts is there's a cop car like driving at him and he jumps up and does like a
drop kick.
Is it a drop kick? Because his legs are together.
Yeah.
Yeah, he like torpedoes through the cop car and then takes them both out and then takes the cop car and drives.
Yeah, he does. It's
so
awesome.
He's like, when I find out who killed Goldie, it won't be a quiet death like hers was. And then he's like, I love her. She's the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life, basically.
Yeah.
And then he goes to another woman's house, more boobs. And he's asking his parole officer for drugs and she's basically like, what are you mixed up in now? And he's just like, basically, I'm going to war because I'm going to kill a bunch of people who killed Goldie.
Yep.
And she's just like, you can't keep doing this because you're going to go back to prison. And he's like, I don't care. Also, it sucks that you're a lesbian.
Yeah, he does mention that.
He's like, she's just so beautiful that he doesn't say beautiful. He's like, she's a fine piece of ass and she can have any man she wants. And it's like, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, what a waste. I was like, yeah, but she can have any woman she wants.
Yeah. And she's
She
hot
doesn't
as
want
shit.
men.
Yeah. So, and then he said something about like, if you walk down the wrong back alley in Sin City, you can find anything. And so he like opens this door to a bar and this guy like tries to fight him randomly and he takes out the guy's eyes. And then this waitress is like, he's new, Marv. He didn't know. And then Marv just walks in. And I really liked that part.
This whole bar is in color, kind of.
Yeah.
Weird, desaturated, hard to look at color.
Yeah. And then he says Nancy is doing her routine and Shelly's like taking his order. And then Shelly is Brittany Murphy and Nancy is Jessica Alba. And then Clive Owen gets his drink delivered from Brittany Murphy.
I love Clive Owen.
He's not in enough stuff, or I just haven't seen him in years.
I definitely haven't seen him in years. He's in one of the best movies of all time.
Children of Men.
Children of Men.
I
He's
love
in
Clive
one of the
Owen.
hardest to watch movies, not of all time, but of the 2000s and closer.
Wow. Oh, I don't think I've ever seen that.
The stuff.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen that. I like
It's
it though.
uncomfortable.
This is uncomfortable. So some hitmen come to get Marv, and he's like, he just goes outside with them, and he's like, I love when hitmen come after me because you can do whatever you want to them, and you don't feel bad about it. And then he's like, that's a really nice coat to one of the guys, and then he obviously gets the better of them. He kills one of them, and then the other one he's just like questioning.
Kills is too light of a word for what he does to that guy. He smashes his face into the brick wall so hard that it craters the bricks.
Jesus. I love Marv.
And his face.
Marv is awesome.
Marv is awesome.
And then he's like, well, you should give me your
Mickey
coat
Rourke.
because, it's Mickey Rourke. And he's like, you should give me your coat because you're like bleeding all on it. And That's stupid. And so then he's like asking about who killed Goldie. He's like, I know you guys didn't kill Goldie because you guys are losers. So
Yeah.
who sent you after me? And then he shoots the second guy in the stomach, and the second guy's still not answering his questions. And he's like, oh, I think I shot too low. And then he shoots him again. And
Yeah.
he's like, I just need a name. And then the guy gives him a name. And the guy tells him basically, Telly Stern passed the order and he runs the tables at the Triple Ace Club, is what he says. You don't need to know any of this stuff. It doesn't really
come up.
No.
But he says thank you and then shoots him in the face.
Yep, and then leaves. And so Marv goes to figure it out and says that for a brief second he could smell Goldie. And we see like a woman behind a portion of the alley, like a turn in the alley with a gun who looks like Goldie, but she doesn't come out. So he's like, but then he's like, oh, I just haven't taken my medicine in a minute. So he goes and he gives one guy a swirly with poop in the toilet.
Yeah.
And then he goes and we see him like, I don't know, driving, holding a man's face against the pavement while he's driving down the road.
Yeah.
All to get information. And then he goes to see a priest and he asks the priest for the name. And he's like, I just need you to tell me like who fingered you or whatever. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Trigger warning. And then the priest is all like, tells him about the farm and then says, is the corpse of a slut worth dying for?
Frank Miller.
Yeah. And
That
then,
priest is played by Frank Miller.
yeah. And then Marv says she's worth dying for, worth killing for, worth going to hell for. And then he kills the priest.
Shoots that guy in the face.
Yeah, he
Just on
shoots a lot of
murdering
people in the
spree.
face.
Yeah.
I love him.
A lot of face shooting.
So the Goldie lady, the Goldie lookalike lady, tries to run over Marv multiple times and shoots at him, and he doesn't do anything about it. He keeps just going, Goldie?
Yeah, he does.
And then he's just like, wow, that couldn't have been Goldie. I just haven't taken my meds.
Yeah. There's a lot of pretty cool cars in this movie. She's driving a Porsche 550.
Yeah.
Which looks super sweet. It's like a 1950s.
All the cars
Porsche.
are really cool.
Yeah.
So I agree. And then he goes
He
to
says, you can't be Goldie.
can't be Goldie,
Goldie
yeah.
was in color.
Yeah, Goldie's in color and you're in black and white, so it can't be. So he gets to this farm and he says that he just knows that people have died here. And he tries to take out one of the dogs who tries to fight him. And then we see Elijah Woods just standing behind him with long fingernails looking creepy.
Creepy as fuck.
You can't see his eyes because his glasses reflect.
They're all the way white.
Which makes him look so much more like Daniel Radcliffe. It's not even funny.
Yeah. Like Dilbert.
Yes.
They have white eyes like that, yeah.
exactly. So then they start fighting and Elijah Woods cuts him in the face and Marv is now blind, but he knows that he's now found Goldie's killer. And so he gets hit in the face with a sledgehammer by Elijah Woods. And then he's like, I found the killer, but he was better than me. And then he wakes up and he's like, why didn't he finish the job? Because now he's like in a cell. And we see heads, like a bunch of heads of women like taxidermied.
Yeah.
On the wall.
Mounted.
And then Lucille, his parole officer, is also in there. And she's basically talking to him. And she's like, he kills them. And not only does he kill them, he eats them. And he cuts them up like steaks.
She is traumatized.
She
Carla
is
Gugino, by
traumatized.
the way.
Yeah.
If you want to get to Watchmen.
Oh. Or, what's that show? House on Haunted Hill?
We don't do shows.
Okay. Well, I like that show.
It's a great show.
It's an amazing show.
I'd be fine working out a way to cover it.
I love that show. And so then she says that he sucked the meat off my fingers and made me watch, and shows that she's missing an arm, like a hand now.
Jesus.
So he ate it in front of her. And then he holds her for a bit, and he just says, sometimes broads just need to let it out.
Yeah.
And then they'll be fine. And I'm all like, that's really sweet. I think
Yeah.
that's sweet. And then Lucille's like, says that she was also looking into Goldie when she got captured. And then and all the while, Elijah Woods is just sitting outside the window to the basement watching them.
Yeah.
And then a car pulls up and is like, Kevin. And he's like, okay. And
Hey.
and he runs and gets in the car and leaves. And so like with that, Marv just breaks them out of jail because he rips the window off.
Yeah, it was like 4 lead pipes and some stones. And he rips the entire wall off.
Whole wall off. But now a police helicopter is overhead and there's a cop with like a tattoo on his face. So probably not on the up and up. And then he makes it to the edge of the woods with Lucille, and Lucille knocks him out because he's basically like, well, we're going to have to kill all these men. And she's like, I'm a parole officer. We're not doing that. And so she knocks him out and then goes to try and reason with the police. And then they just start unloading on her immediately. And then I thought it was funny because they kill her and then they say, well, we don't know where he is. And he's 5 feet further into the woods that you haven't even checked yet.
Yeah.
we're not going to go in there.
Dumb.
It is dumb. So then Marv comes out and starts killing all of them. He steals another one of their coats because he likes it.
He loves coats.
He loves coats, this man. And he makes it back to the city. And then he says that he took his time with the last cop because that cop made him mad, pretty much. And that cop told him a name, Patrick Henry Rourke, who's a man of the cloth and could have been president. But along the way, he became the most powerful man in the state.
Yep.
So, great priest, probably. And said basically he says that he's worried that he's going to turn into what they always said he would be, which is a psycho killer. And then I mean you are a killer, but I wouldn't say psycho killer. I like him so far. And then he says like he goes to ask a bunch of hookers about Goldie because he's looking for friends or family or any of that stuff. And then the Goldie lookalike comes out and shoots him. And then he wakes up and he's like tied up in this room with a bunch of hookers. He's in a room with Alexis Bledel, Rosario Dawson, and this Goldie lady. And I think Miho.
Devin Aoki.
Yeah, Devin Aoki is also in the room.
Rosario Dawson is not really wearing clothes.
None of them are. Not really.
They're way more dressed than Rosario Dawson is. She is only wearing leather straps.
Yes, but you can't see her nipples because she's wearing a bra underneath it. So
yeah.
She's completely dressed. Fully dressed. So he basically wakes up and sees the Goldie lady standing in front of him, and he's just like, "You're not Goldie. The only reason why I'm seeing you is because you haven't given me my medicine in 2 days." And then we find out that her name is Wendy, and she's Goldie's twin sister, and she's beating the shit out of him, like literally beating the shit out of him.
Yeah.
And he's basically just like, they're questioning him of where Goldie is and where the other 6 missing hookers are because 6 of them are dead. And he's like, what does he say? He says, none of you would let me get close enough to kill you. So you can't just assume that I think I obviously didn't kill Goldie because look at me. No one would approach me.
Yeah.
And then there's like, you are ugly. So that's probably true.
He's Mickey Rourke, but he's got so much prosthetic on.
He does. He's a
lot. His nose goes all the way up to his forehead.
It does. Honestly, though, he has so much riz it works. Nipples. Yeah. And then he says, and this is because like Leopoldo always talks about, last podcast always talks about like the less dead, I think is what it's called. Because a lot of times in like actual serial killer events, they'll target like prostitutes or like back in the 80s, like gay men who couldn't report stuff because cops wouldn't look into that. They don't care.
My God.
So basically he says, and this comes up because he says the cops did nothing until they had me as a fall guy. And now all of a sudden they're worried about dead hookers.
Yeah.
And then the women are like, oh, shit. And then he's like, I've just been killing my way to the truth ever since. And then he's like, so you can either kill me or get out of my way. And then he just stands up because he hasn't been tied up this whole time.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh my God, why didn't you kill us? And he's like, I don't hurt girls.
Yeah.
And then he asks for a pair of handcuffs. So, and then he's talking to Wendy and he's like mentioning what he knows. And then she says that Goldie regularly worked the clergy. So it makes sense that Goldie would be murdered because Goldie probably figured something out.
Yep.
So he goes to get a bunch of weapons. Wendy asks if he's willing to do why he's willing to do all of this for someone he didn't know. And he basically says that Goldie was kind to him.
Yeah.
And he has rubber tubing, gas, a saw, clubs, hacket, wires, and mitts.
Razor wire, yeah.
Yeah. He's ready to go. And the guy says, are you remodeling or DIY or something like that when he's buying it?
This
it's
is
just
clearly a torture kit.
Okay. So they pull over and he tells her, if I'm not back in 20 minutes, get out of here. And then she tells him, kill him for me, Marv. And then he goes and he blows up the farmhouse after like prepping a bunch of traps.
Yeah.
So he goes and he blows up the farmhouse. Kevin easily avoids all of his traps.
Yeah, he does. He
Gets
jumps
out of the
over
house.
the barbed wire.
Yeah, easy. And starts beating up Marv. And then Marv, which is so smart because he's so quick in getting around, Marv just grabs him and handcuffs them together. And is all like, well, now you can't get away from me.
Yeah.
And then immediately just knocks him out with one punch.
Yeah.
Because he can't get away. And so Wendy shows up and has a gun on Kevin. And she's like, let me kill him, Marv. He killed my sister. Let me kill him. And this is the only time Marv is violent towards a woman.
Yeah.
Because he knocks her out and he carries her back to the car. And he says, basically, he's like, I didn't want to hurt her, but I'm planning something really intense. And I don't want her to have nightmares about it.
Yeah.
But he's planning on like torturing this
Yeah.
man.
He says, I'm not done with this guy.
Yeah. I'm not just going to kill him. So then Marv chops off Kevin's legs and arms. And then calls Kevin's dog to come and eat him. And it's so creepy because Elijah Woods is just sitting
his
there.
Eyes now.
And he's just sitting there with no emotion.
Completely stoic.
With no arms and legs. And then
he calls the dog over and he kind of starts to smile a little bit because he's like, nice. Some shit I would do.
I think he's kinky enough that he's like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he never screams. And then that's what he says. He says he never screams even when the dog ripped his guts out.
Yeah.
And then he chops his head off.
Jesus.
It's awesome. And then he goes to a girl that he's now calling Katie's house, but it's Jessica Alba. So I don't know why he called her Nancy in one scene and now her name's Katie.
Katie is the name of the bar she works at. So I don't know why I'm confused.
I don't know. But anyway, and then he brings her Wendy so that she can take care of Wendy. And then he says that he's going to go after the clergy, the Rourke guy from the clergy. And so he goes to the place, easily infiltrates it because it's Marv. And then he brings his head to Rourke, who is like really upset that he killed Kevin.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh my God.
One of those two guards that he shoots says something about, don't toy with him. If you have an opportunity to kill your target, you shoot them.
Yeah.
And he goes, thanks for the advice, and shoots
him.
Which happened in Die Hard.
Yeah.
See, like word for word almost.
Yeah. It's cool.
This priest, Rutger fucking Hauer, dude.
Yes, it is.
For
the
Blade
guy
Runner.
from Blade Runner.
Yeah.
The guy who with the speech in the rain.
Yeah, the guy with the fucking speech in the rain.
Yeah, like
We gotta get to Blade Runner someday.
maybe one day. So then Rourke says that Kevin didn't just eat their bodies, he ate their souls, and I joined in. And then he said they were all whores, nobody cared for them.
Oh, he signed his own death sentence.
Yeah, and then he says Goldie almost ruined everything. And then he tells Marv pretty much the whole first part of the movie that we already knew about. So I don't know why we had to flash back to something I literally just watched.
Yeah.
And he says that it would give, he's like, would it give you satisfaction killing an old fart? Like an old defenseless man? And Marv's like, yes.
Well, he says,
For sure.
well, the killing wouldn't be satisfaction, but everything leading up to it's going to be pretty goddamn satisfactory.
And then he says, Marv says, you can scream now if you want to. And then the police start coming up the stairs. And then I guess he crushes his head. I don't know what he did. They didn't show what he did to him, did they?
He does crush his head, which is a Blade Runner reference.
It is. Yeah, his head gets crushed.
Yeah.
And then the police walk in and just unload on Marv.
Yeah.
So, and then Marv wakes up because he isn't dead. And I kind of question whether or not he can die.
Yeah, I kept thinking we were just going to keep losing main characters, but he's alive.
He's alive. And he wakes up on like the operating table and he's like, I don't know why they're wasting my time. They should have shot me in the head, the fucking idiots.
He said they should have shot me in the head and enough times to make sure.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, I love it. He's
His
my
noir
favorite
voice,
character.
by the way, is sick.
It really is. It's a great voice.
Yeah.
It really is an amazing voice. So Marv is just in prison getting beaten up, and the cops are trying to get him to sign a confession. And then he's like, he never does. And then they eventually threaten to kill his mom. And so he breaks that guy's arm and then signs the confession.
Yeah. Breaks that guy's arm in 3 places.
Yep. And he's like, they blame me for everything. Goldie, all the whores, everything.
Ugh.
Every single thing they blamed him for. And the only visitor he gets is Wendy. And he greets her as Goldie. And then he's immediately like, oh, sorry, Wendy, I just got confused. And she's like, it's okay, you can call me Goldie. And then they spend like one night. I don't even think they have sex. They just sleep together like on his little cot.
Yeah.
And then he is on the electric chair. And it takes 2 shocks to kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it took one, and then he laughed and spit out blood, and he said something dope.
Yeah.
I didn't write it down.
I think he called them pansies. I can't
Oh,
remember.
yeah.
Like,
He
is
said,
that all
is
you
that all
have?
you got?
Yeah.
He pansies. And then you said, I don't think Marv can die.
Marv can die.
And then he does.
And then he died immediately afterwards. So, whoops. So that's the end of Marv's story. Because this is what do you call these? It's just
Oh, man. Now that you say it. Anthology.
anthology, yeah. So now we're at Shelley's house, Brittany Murphy, and there's a man banging down her door, like trying to beat down her door. And basically, we find out that it's like some ex-boyfriend of hers or current boyfriend of hers, and he wants her to let him in. And she's saying, like, repeatedly that you beat me. Like, you beat me up. You beat the shit out of me. And then you complain about your ex-wife while you're beating the shit out of me. And then he's just like, well, I'll forgive you for being a bitch right now, I guess.
Benicio del Toro, by the way.
Yeah.
Being a fucking creep. The
Being a
voice he's
creep.
doing,
Yes.
so creepy.
Honestly, Benicio del Toro might be...
It gave me the heebies.
It did, but it's good acting.
We can get to so many good movies from this movie.
Like what?
He's in Usual Suspects, dude.
I've never seen it.
Whoa, my God. Whose turn is it to pick an actor?
Mine.
Okay. Fuck.
So, and then Clive Owen shows up behind Brittany Murphy, and he's like, open the door. And she's like, oh, no, he'll beat the shit out of you. And he's like, I already know. He says, like, it's him and 4 of his, like, mouth breather friends outside. I can take it.
Yeah.
And then she's just like, no. And then Jackie outside, Benicio del Toro, is all like, do you have a guy in there? And she's like, no, but
I thought I heard somebody.
and then she says something about how she's like fucking a lot of people in there.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't
We're
want to come
having
in.
it. Yeah.
And then he's like, this is a scary thing about being a female, I guess. Because then he's like, what is ridiculous is that you have not realized that I have been able to kick down this door the entire time, and I'm giving you the chance to open it. And then she opens it, and all
We
the
should
men
watch
come
Men
in.
one day, too.
Men?
Yeah.
Yes, that's a good one.
Fucking men.
Fucking men. Am I right? So he basically tells her that he wants her to call the other girls from the saloon and that they're all going to go out on the town. So, and he's like, oh, and you're wearing another man's shirt and that's not my shirt and you smell like another man. And she's just like,
He's like, and you smell like another man tonight.
yeah, she does.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she's like, I'm not calling any of them. And then she says that the man she was sleeping with is Superman, but he flew out the window because he was so scared of Jackie.
Yeah, I think she thought he really did.
I think she really thought he left. Yeah. And then she says something about, like, if you're going to slug me, just do it, you sick bastard. And then he punches her. Then he says something like, he's like, why are you trying to embarrass me in front of my friends? I never
know
hit
I
a
would
woman.
never hit a woman.
And then he punches her in the fucking face.
Right in the cheek.
And then all of his friends laugh. And I'm just like,
Ooh,
no.
pieces of shit.
Pieces of shit. So now Clive Owen is just standing in the shower, behind the shower curtain, while Benicio del Toro is peeing. And then he comes out afterward and, like, holds a freaking, like, knife or something. What did he have?
It's like a straight razor.
Yeah, to his eye. And is like, if you ever talk to Shelley again, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, oh, something, something. And he's like, oh, no, the only mistake you made is that you didn't flush. And then he shoves his face into pee-pee water.
Yep.
And he didn't hold him quite long enough.
He holds him all the way until he stops moving.
Yeah. He doesn't drown. And he leaves the room literally covered in, like, pee.
Yeah.
And he just tells his friends, we're leaving. No questions.
They're like, okay.
And they're like, okay, we're leaving then. And then Shelley, like, is hanging out the window, and we see Jackie getting in the car and stuff. And she tells Dwight, which is Clive Owen's character, she's like, it only happened once, and it was before you came back when your face got changed. So I doubt it. I don't know why she's saying this. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't seem like they were actually a couple, so I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
But Dwight says that he understands because something about, like, because she's like, oh, I didn't mean to make a mistake. And he's like, but I'm one of the mistakes you make, so that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. And then he says that Jackie's out for blood and he can't allow that. And off he goes to get Jackie. And while he's jumping off the building with his red chucks, he hears
looks
Shelley
dope.
yell, stop. So,
But he makes it clear over the narration.
yeah.
He's like, she'd screamed something at me.
Yeah.
Must have been stop.
Yeah. Must have been stop. And so he's like basically saying that he's a murderer with a new face, so he has to stay under the speed limit, but he also is trying to catch up to Jackie. And if they print him, they'll know who he is. So he can't get caught.
He's got a dope blue car. I don't know what it is.
It is really cool.
It's cool.
Because he says the last thing you want in Sin City is to be noticed. So he's speeding, so a cop does pull up behind him.
He gets in a dope red car.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is.
And then Jackie starts driving crazy because Jackie is driving with his head out the window.
Yeah.
And so the cop stops chasing the man who's just speeding and starts chasing this situation down. And that's good for Dwight. And then the cop stops following him because they realize that Jackie is going to Old Town. And Old Town is an area of Sin City where the ladies are the law. You do not cross them or you are a corpse, period. Like, it's just run by women and cops stay out.
Yep.
That's the rules. So Jackie is like driving down an alley trying to pick up Alexis Bledel. And he's like, basically, she just keeps saying no. No thanks. Not really. She's like, I've had a hard day. Like, she says, like, oh, I work the day shift. I'm not on duty right now.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, he says something about, like, I had a hard day and I'm not going to be turned down by a hooker when I have money. And she's just like, you're about to make a huge mistake.
Yeah.
And then Rosario Dawson stops Dwight from intercepting this situation because she's like, we're on top of it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And she says Miho has been trying. Miho? Yeah.
Yeah.
Has been wanting to practice.
Yeah.
So it's exciting. And then we see, what's her face? I don't know her name. What's her name?
Who?
Miho.
Devin Aoki.
Aoki, yeah. So she's like just pacing the roof, and we just see a bunch of women watching this situation, all armed.
Yeah.
Watching all of this go down. And then Alexis tells Jackie to turn around and say, she's like, turn around and save yourself a ton of grief. And then they lock him in the alley, basically, because the women know what's about to happen.
Yeah.
So the trap is set. And then Dwight is standing there, and he's like, it feels like something's wrong. It's something that Shelley said, but I don't know what she said.
Yeah. And he says, they haven't killed anyone.
Yeah.
He's like, they're on a terror across the town, and they haven't hurt anyone yet.
Yeah.
Something's weird.
Something's weird. Something's off. Don't do it, pretty much, to the ladies.
Yeah.
And then Alexis Bledel says, basically, you wouldn't be able to handle a woman tonight because you're too drunk. And
Yeah.
then he pulls a gun on her.
And then she says, oh, sweetheart, you just made the dumbest mistake of your life.
Yeah, did. And now we start seeing swastikas, and I don't know why.
I don't either, because it's not only the bad guys.
No, it's not.
Miho pulls out one.
And she's like a
ninja
battering
star.
a ninja star that is shaped like a swastika
Yeah.
for absolutely no reason.
Yeah.
So I don't know why we're doing this.
I don't know.
But she chops off Jackie's hand, kills all of his friends in the car. And then this is a really cool part because Jackie uses his other hand to grab his hand that's holding his gun.
So
and then
cool.
he uses his teeth to pry his fingers off of it.
Pull the severed hand's fingers off of the gun so he can hold the gun again.
It's
in the other
freaking
hand.
awesome.
It is.
And then he falls on like one of the swastika and takes it in the butt.
Yeah. I don't know.
Again, I don't know why we're doing the swastika thing, but all right. And so he's still alive, and he's just talking a big game about him having the upper hand, even though he's armless now, or handless and friendless,
Yeah.
and surrounded by women with weapons. But
Yeah.
yeah, you have the upper hand, buddy.
Okay.
And so then Miho throws something and jams the barrel of his gun, and Dwight's like, "Don't fire it, man."
She just plugged your gun
And then he's just like, "Oh, shut the fuck up!" And then he fires it
at Dwight.
at Dwight, and it backfires and then lodges in his
It
head,
explodes, and the entire slide gets lodged into his forehead.
and he's dead.
And he dies.
And then Miho chops off his head, but he says she doesn't cleanly chop it off. She makes him a Pez dispenser.
Good Lord.
So, yeah. And then they start, then they start going through his wallets, and then Dwight figures out that he is
he
a
finds
cop.
a second wallet.
Yep.
It says, Jackie boy, you son of a bitch.
Yep. And he's like, "You girls just killed a cop."
Detective Rafferty.
And then he realizes that Shelley was yelling, "He's a cop, not stop."
Yeah.
So, whoopsie.
Oops.
If only cell phones existed, which they do because Alexis Bledel has one.
Oh, yeah.
Why did Shelley not call him?
Facts.
Anyway, but basically, he's a hero cop, not even just a regular cop. His name's Rafferty, and he's well known. And then Gail, who is Rosario Dawson, is like, the cop saw him come here. This is all bad. Because there's like basically a deal where the girls don't kill cops. As long as the cops come to Old Town with money and to be serviced, it's fine. But the girls run their own area. The mob doesn't control them. The cops don't control them. It's like a tense, I guess, deal where they, on the condition that they do not kill cops until now, where they've killed the cop.
They didn't know, though.
They didn't know. And he was messing with them. He was going to hurt one of them.
Because she wouldn't put out.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's their right. Because she says, basically they're like, Old Town will be a war zone now. And then Gail starts talking about, like, it's going to go back to the pimps, the drugs, the beatings, and the rapes now. Yeah. So we're going to just go to war. We're not going back to that.
Yeah.
And so she, like, he hits Gail in the face. There's a lot of punching women in the face sometimes.
Yeah.
But she had a gun on him. And then they both get really horny for each other and start making out. Because apparently they're a couple. And he says, I'll always love you, baby. And then she says, always and never.
Yeah.
So they have an interesting relationship. So Dwight tells Gail to get him a car. And then they go get him a car, like a beater car.
Eventually,
like not a good
he has
car.
to ask like 4 times.
He does. And then they pull it up and it's really a shitty car. And he's like, they're not going to fit in the trunk like this. And then Miho starts chopping them up so that they'll fit in the trunk better. And then Becky, Alexis Bledel, walks up to Gail like, this is a normal day. And it's just like, can I go home? I don't think I need to be here for all of this.
Yeah.
I don't really care. And then she's like, yeah, that's fine. And then she says, but don't tell anyone about this because this is serious and we're going to die if people find out about this. And then we see Becky go to a payphone and make a call. And one of the other prostitutes walks up and is like, they said no calls. And she was like, oh, but I just want to check on my mom. Mm-hmm. And that's the last we see her. So they basically didn't have room for Jackie in the trunk. So Jackie, with the thing lodged in his dead head and the open neck, is just riding shotgun.
Yeah.
And this is a really cool scene because this is the scene that Quentin Tarantino directed.
This is the one.
And basically, Jackie just starts bullying and talking to Clive Owen.
Yeah.
And basically, because Clive Owen takes a cigarette off of his body and he's like, oh, you're smoking again? Are your nerves shot? And like just messing with him
He's
the
like,
whole
shut up, you're dead, you're not talking to me.
Yeah. And then it's really cool because Jackie's body, as the car is driving, his neck keeps getting exposed
He keeps
and his
leaning
voice
back
changes.
as he accelerates.
Yeah.
And he changes to like hoarsely whispering his lines.
It's really cool.
Yeah. Because his neck's split wide open.
Yeah, and then he says something about like, oh, those whores, like they set you up because you're never going to make it. You're almost out of gas.
Yeah.
So he's basically just saying all of the things that Clive Owen is thinking in this stressful situation.
Yeah.
And then he almost gets in a wreck. And then the cops start following him. And Dwight's like, Jackie's right. I'm never going to outrun the cops. And then he's like debating, like, do I kill this cop? Because he might be a good cop with like a mortgage and a family. Or, I mean, I could kill him. I don't know. And then, like, honestly, it's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's a great scene.
So he slams on his brakes, and then Jackie just hits the dash.
Pushing
Still dead.
the slide further into his
his
skull.
head. And he moves his gun to his lap just in case. But he still doesn't know what to do. And so then the cop walks up and is like, oh, did your friend party too hard? And he's like, yep. And I'm the designated driver. And then the cop's like, oh, you just have a busted taillight. See you later. And he's just like, okay.
It was a super tense scene, and his flashlight on Clive Owens' face was making him be in color.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
It was really cool. Honestly, this was a really good scene.
Yeah.
And then
That's
he ends up having to push the car the last quarter mile to the tar pits. And then as he's about to push it in, he's like, put the car in the pits, go home, call it a day. He gets shot by some guy who's sitting on a freaking dinosaur.
Yeah.
Because is it called the La Brea Tar Pits?
It is.
Yeah, it's a real place.
It is a real place, which is weird to put in a place that you've called Basin City.
Yeah, it is.
Because it's in LA.
Yeah, it's in LA. But yeah. So then as this is happening, so last time we see Clive Owen, he gets shot.
He's dead.
And then Gail gets grabbed from behind by Michael Clark Duncan. And he's basically like, we know everything. The body of Lieutenant Rafferty is going to be in our possession. There's nothing you can do to stop it. You can save many lives if you just negotiate the surrender of Old Town. And Gail's like, no, but she really can't do anything because Michael Clark Duncan is like, you remember how big Michael Clark Duncan is?
Man.
He's just holding her.
Big old boy. I love Michael Clark Duncan. One of his eyes is golden, too.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
He also has a swastika on him.
I did not notice
a
that.
badge on his uniform.
I don't get the swastika.
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, that's fine. It's not fine. But anyway.
No, it's not.
He then says, I serve a new master now, and tells her to get dressed and shed a tear for Dwight if you must, because he's surely dead. And then she's like, you don't know him like I do. He's probably not dead. And then we go back to like a group of Irish people, very thick accents, who are going through Clive Owen's stuff, Dwight's stuff, and then they find a badge on him. And it looks like Merry or Pippin from Lord of the Rings, but I'm not sure if it was.
I don't think it is. It definitely doesn't look like Mary.
Okay, then Pippin.
That's Dominic. What the hell?
Monaghan.
What's his name? Dominic Monaghan. I don't
Yeah.
know the other guy,
I don't either.
but it did look like the other guy. Yes.
It did. I don't know which one's which. So then he's like, oh, I found the badge. And it's like there's something stuffed in it. And then he opens it, and it's the bullet that they shot Clive Owen with.
Yeah.
Because they didn't actually shoot Clive Owen. Clive Owen's still alive.
He's not dead.
And then he just starts killing them. And then someone throws a grenade, and Dwight and the car both go into the pits. And then when Clive Owen wakes up, Chibs from Sons of Anarchy
Right.
is in the pits and chopping off Rafferty's head as proof that Rafferty was killed.
Yeah.
And then Dwight's just slowly sinking into the pits. And it goes into like this weird, like, black, it's just literally a silhouette of him sinking into the pits.
Pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. And then a hand grabs him out, and he knows that it's Miho because he was like, well, yeah, of course it's her. And then he says, like, you're a god, but if you had showed up 10 minutes earlier, we would still have the head. So bad on you for not showing up. And so he basically tells her, he's like, you guys clearly have a rat in Old Town, because how are they able to like get together this quickly? And so they're on their way. And then he says, I hope you left one of them alive enough to talk. And she did leave one of them alive enough to talk. So they easily catch up to the car. They like T-bone it at an intersection, and then it flips over. Everyone's out of the car. The head falls out. Everyone's after the head. Bullets are flying everywhere. And then Chibs grabs the head and makes off down the cellar. And then he lands.
The sewer.
Oh, what did I say?
Cellar.
Oh, yeah, the sewer. And then Clive Owen chases him. And then he's like, oh, well, you've got me cornered. My gun got wet. Silly old me. And then he just does an explosion instead.
Yeah.
And then he's all like, it was an outright lie about my revolver being wet, just so you know. I like explosions. And then Miho shows up behind him and kills him. So now they have the head again. So, and then the plan is first we need to rescue Gale, and then comes the kill. And then he calls it like the big fat kill or something like that. I guess it's about Michael Clark Duncan's size. I don't know. I mean, he's not a fat guy, I don't think, but
No.
Anyway. And then he basically says, like, I don't really know what Michael Clark Duncan was doing in this scene to Gale. He was like standing behind her and like grabbing her face. And I don't really...
Like he was hurting her head, like putting pressure on her head or something.
And then there was two guys standing there going, do we have to watch this?
Literally, they said that.
Why, do we have to stand here and watch this? And then Becky comes into the room and tells Gale that Dwight is dead. It's all over. You need to give up because the cops are going to mow us all down. And then Gale's like, you fucking bitch.
Yeah.
You sold us out. And she's like, I didn't have a choice. They were going to kill my mom. And then Gale says, they were not going to kill your mom because you knew we could protect her. It was about the money.
Yeah.
And then basically Becky says that, well, if I told you that they threatened my mom, then she would have known I was a whore. And then she says they offered me a way out. So that's why she did it. And then Miho shoots one of the guys in this room through the stomach, and he literally just goes, hey.
No, he goes, hey.
It was hilarious. And then he
"Would you
goes,
look at that?"
someone tried to kill me.
It's poked right through me. Someone tried to kill me.
And all the guys are just watching this, and there's like a note on the thing that they pick up off of the arrow. All the while, this guy's like, it's starting to really hurt.
Starting to really hurt.
And he says, do you think we should call me a doctor or something? And then they walk out of the room and just leave him standing there with an arrow, and then she shoots him through the head.
He also had a fucking swastika tattooed on his forehead.
He did. So Dwight is standing like on a building, sort of like, and he's seeing all of these armed men walk down an alley, and he's like, we're outnumbered and outgunned, but the alley is narrow and dark. So with the right vantage point, we can do some shit here, basically.
Yeah. That guy ended up dying, by the way. She shot
he's
an arrow
dead.
through his head.
Through
and
his
he goes, oh.
Oh, I didn't hear him go, oh, that's cute. So Dwight offers Jackie's head in exchange for Gale, which Michael Clark Duncan gives her. And then Becky, the only smart person on the bad guy's side, is all like, something is wrong here. And they're like, shut up, woman.
Yeah.
We're not listening to you.
when he holds the head up into the camera frame and
Benicio del Toro tries to say something.
Says something.
Yeah.
But his mouth is all taped shut.
And he's like, shut
And he goes, shut up.
Shut up. And so the exchange takes place, and they take the head of Jackie, and Becky is like, why is there tape over his mouth? There was not tape over his mouth when he died.
Uh-oh.
And then it's because there was a bomb in there.
Oops.
And they do an explosion, and then after the explosion, all the women are on the buildings above them and just start raining fire down
And
on
the
top.
sky's red behind them.
Yeah, it looks really cool. Just unloading in this
dope.
alley. And they're like, no escape, no surrender, no mercy.
Yeah.
And the only person who we see get out of the way is Becky, because she rolls into like a little like gutter and
Yeah.
gets away. So, and then like Dwight is like bricked to the rafters
Right.
about how excited Gail is to be doing the murdering. And then they make out again.
Yeah.
And that's the end of that story.
That is the end of that story, by the way. You could have ended the movie here.
You should have ended the movie here, in my opinion.
I agree.
I don't like
Because what comes next?
is uncomfortable, in my opinion.
Really hard to talk about, and we're probably not going to talk about everything.
Because I think that I don't understand the point of it.
Yeah.
I really don't. So Bruce Willis apparently did not die.
Of course, nobody does.
And then it's the guy whose penis he shot off's dad, who's basically like, I spent my own money to save your life and fix your heart because you have ruined my son's future. He could have been the president, and now he's a dickless freak.
Yeah.
So you are going to live a long life where I'm going to torture you.
This guy's being played by Powers Booth, who I don't know from anything. I just love his voice. He's got wild ass looking eyes in this scene, though.
He
must be-
does.
I think he's wearing contacts.
And he says something about like power doesn't come from a badge or a gun. It comes from lies. Because once you have everyone agreeing with something that they know isn't true, you've got them by the balls.
Yeah. This movie's got some good quotes.
It really does. And so basically he says like, you're going to be gone for a long time because you're going to be convicted of raping that little girl and shooting my boy. And then he says, if you tell your wife the truth, she's dead. If you tell anyone the truth, they're dead. So you're just going to go to prison as a rapist, basically.
Yeah.
A child predator. So probably should put like a trigger warning on the rest of the rest of this movie
Yeah.
is pretty much a trigger warning.
Yeah. I wouldn't recommend watching this movie because of the rest of what happens.
I would turn it off.
Yeah, I would turn it off right there.
After the Clive Owen stuff, turn off the movie.
Yeah.
I do not think the rest of this is worth it at all. I think it's weird.
Yeah. I agree.
I don't like it. So basically, little Nancy comes in to talk to him, and she's like, the cops aren't listening to me. I keep telling them that you didn't do any of that stuff and that I'm still like a virgin and I'm only alive because of you. And then he's like, Nancy, you'll always know the truth, but you have to stay away and keep your mouth shut or they're going to kill you.
He says, yeah, sometimes the truth don't matter like it ought,
Yeah,
which is a fucking dope quote.
it's true though. Yeah.
I mean, that should be a tattoo.
Not for this part of the movie.
Not this part of the movie.
Anyway, so then she's like, I'll write to you every week and I'll sign my name Cordelia and I'll write to you every week for forever. And then he's like, all right, kid, whatever.
Yeah,
And then
sure
we
you will.
see him getting beaten up by prisoners because they're trying to get him to sign off on a confession is what they're trying to do of the crimes.
Yeah.
That's what we find out. And so basically, well, the guy has like one of the women from Old Town, and then he says like, oh, you make her sick, which who cares? I don't know. I thought
Yeah.
that was weird. I don't know what the point in that scene was.
He's trying to point out the stigmatism he's going to carry the rest of his life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Bruce Willis is like talking to himself because a lot of this is like that noir talking to yourself. And he says like, you don't save a little girl's life and then throw her to the dogs. They want a confession and they're not going to get it. And then he gets a letter from Nancy, who is 11, and she makes no mention of who she is or anything like that. But he gets a letter every Thursday for 8 years.
And then he says, 8 years pass.
Yeah. So 8 years later, it's the first time he's ever not gotten a letter from Nancy. And then he starts worrying about if something happened to her. And then he's like, well, she probably just forgot. And now you're actually alone. And then 2 months go by. He's like worried that they got her or that she forgot him.
Yeah.
So, and then some guy with a yellow face comes to see him. And he like stinks really bad. And then he says he wants to throw up. And then the yellow face guy punches him. And then he wakes up with an envelope in his cell, but in the envelope, because he says it's the same type of envelope that Nancy sent all of her letters in, but inside it, there isn't a letter. There's just the index finger of a 19-year-old girl. Not sure how you would know that it's the index finger of a specific 19-year-old girl.
Yeah.
But he does.
Yeah, he's assuming.
Yeah. So then he's like, I got to go and help her. Nothing else matters. You beat me. And then like he confesses to being a predator so he can get released with time served, I guess. So his partner Bob picks him up outside. We see Yellowface waiting in the only other car in the shot.
Seems like 4 feet away.
4 feet away, if that, with a yellow face watching them.
He says, want to ride? And he says, only if you're in front of me the whole time.
Yeah, because
he's
he
like,
got
it's
shot
been
in the back.
8 years. Don't be a little bitch.
It's like, well, I mean, that's kind of fair. And then he asked, like, what happened to Eileen, his wife, and he's like, oh, she got remarried and has 2 kids, which confuses me a little bit. I'm hoping that the 2 kids were her second husband's kids already, because Bruce Willis's character is in his 60s in this movie.
Yeah.
Should be about, I don't know, 67, 68.
Bruce Willis was 50.
Okay, they said in the beginning part that he was pushing 60.
Pushing 60.
So how would she have 2 kids? You know what I mean?
Well, if she's 45, right at the end of...
That's an age gap.
Yeah.
That is an age gap. I don't like those.
Okay, well, get ready.
Yeah, buckle up, kids. So he basically goes to look for Nancy. He finds her house. It looks like it's been ransacked, and all he finds is a pack of matches for Katie's saloon. So he goes to the saloon, and at first he says it's a dead end. Nancy wouldn't be here cavorting with all of these hookers. And then he asks Shelley, and he's like,
Brittany Murphy.
I'm looking for Nancy. And she's like, oh, there's Nancy, and points at Jessica Alba. And then he's like,
no.
He starts talking. I don't want to talk about what he talks about. That she's a grown adult now, basically. And then he says, oh my God, they were bluffing, and I led them straight to her. And then he sees that the yellow guy is in the crowd. So he's like, just turn around, walk out the door. Hopefully she didn't see you.
That guy in the credits is called Yellow Bastard.
Yeah. I could see that. And then he's like talking to himself. He's like, just act calm. You're just a horny ex-con watching a dancer. It's fine.
Yeah.
And then Nancy recognizes him, jumps off the stage, and then kisses him full on the lips.
Full on the lips.
I'm very uncomfortable about all of this.
Pushing 60, 8 years ago.
Knew her when she was 11 years old.
When she was 11.
Has not seen her since.
He does push her off eventually.
He does. And then he tells her, we need to get out of here right now. And then basically she says like, oh my God, I've written to you all these years. And he's like, your letters are the only thing that kept me from killing myself. In the car, she says that she laid awake for the last 8 years thinking about him. I don't like this. You could have ended the movie and it would be honestly kind of a masterpiece. It's this part that I'm like, this is horrible.
Fucking weird, man.
I don't like any of this. So Yellowface starts chasing them, and then he carefully aims, shoots Yellowface. Then he tells Nancy to stop the car because they need to go confirm the kill. They get there. Yellowface's blood is everywhere, but Yellowface is missing. So he and Nancy go to a hotel for some reason. Mm-hmm. We see that Yellowface is in the back of Nancy's car. Nancy tells him that she's in love with him and then tries to get him to bone her. And he's like, I'm old enough to be your grandpa. Stop. And then he's like, this is wrong. You're just a kid and all this stuff. And then eventually he pushes her off because they make out for a little bit. And then he goes to take a shower. And apparently she's been coming on to him all night because he says, no, Nancy, when he hears someone come in the bathroom. Yeah. And it's Yellowface. And we find out that Yellowface is Rourke, the guy whose dick he shot off at the beginning of the movie. And he like injects Nancy with something yellow. I do not know what it is. But he has like a whole story of like, my dad did experiments on me to try and get a grandbaby out of me, and now I'm yellow. Ba-ba-dee-ba-ba-da. Right. So he has like Hartigan like hung up on from the rafters, barely like tiptoeing on a table. Then he says that he's going to do horrible things to Nancy all night until she screams. This is awful. And then he pushes the table out from underneath Hartigan and then walks away. And so then Hartigan like manages to swing himself and break the window in the room and grab a shard of glass and then use it to cut the rope.
Sure.
And then 2 guys show up, and their conversation is kind of funny because they show up in like a Lamborghini or Ferrari or something. And the guy's like, we literally came to pick up a dead body. Why did you bring this car?
I mean, it has a frunk.
It does have a frunk. And then obviously Hartigan's not dead, so he just beats them up and asks where Nancy's been taken, and they're like, oh, to the farm.
And takes the Ferrari.
Yeah, and he takes the Ferrari. And then by the time he gets to the farm, he's coughing up blood. And then he's like, oh, well, it's okay because I don't need to stay alive much longer. The yellow guy is like whipping Nancy, and she's refusing to scream because Hartigan mentioned something about that's what he needs to like for his satisfaction is people's pain.
Okay.
So she's not screaming on purpose. Hartigan gets shot. Then he kills those two guys, and he continues into the barn. And then he like rips off Rourke's dick and beats him to death.
Yeah, he says, I take his weapons, both of them.
Again.
And then it shows him rip off the dick.
Balls. Yeah. And then he sends Nancy on her way, and then he calls her the love of his life, which is fucking disgusting.
Yep.
I don't know why we wrote. You could have just written this as like a man protecting a girl who he knew.
Yeah.
A father figure.
At best, a 45-year age gap.
It's disgusting.
Yep.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It would be less disgusting if he met her at 19 and then went to prison for her, all that stuff. I mean,
Yes. Still gross.
meeting her at 11 is what's disgusting, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then Hartigan kills himself because he's like, Rourke will never stop looking for Nancy as long as I'm alive. So he kills himself. And then I think this is where you should, all of that needs to be deleted.
All of it.
Because it would have made it like an hour, 45 minutes of a movie, something like that. That's plenty. You did not need any of this.
Well, the Clive Owen scene didn't really end. So end the Clive Owen part.
Well, because here's the end of the Clive Owen part.
Oh.
Becky is walking in through a hospital, talking to her mom on the phone, a cell phone, about how she broke her arm. And then she gets in the elevator, and Josh Hartnett is behind her, who we know is an assassin. And he says, "Hey, Becky, cigarette." And then she knows that she's going to die. And then the elevator door shuts.
Yeah.
And you do not need any of this weird
Bruce Willis stuff.
You didn't.
Our actor of the day.
Our actor of the day. The first part of his scene where he saves Nancy when she's a child is fantastic. Yeah. And then he dies, and that's where it should have been left.
Yeah.
All of the rest of this of like, oh my God, now she's hot and 19 is just disgusting.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. It's weird. I did not like it.
If we can ignore it, you shouldn't. But it's a pretty good movie. I thought it was weird.
I had so much fun until this part.
Yeah, it's fun for a while. Let's just, for thought exercise sake, pretend that part doesn't exist. It's a fun movie.
It's a great movie.
I
loved
about
it.
That.
I love the Marv part. I love the Clive Owen part.
It's super over the top.
Oh, yeah.
Which is not really my thing.
No.
I like noir, but like Manchurian Candidate noir, not like comic book noir.
Right.
With Quentin Tarantino levels of blood.
I liked it.
Okay. Cool.
I liked it until the back end, and then I was like, "Oh,
thought exercise over. This movie's fucking weird."
Yeah, it is weird. I really do. I think that if you take out the last 30 minutes where Jessica Alba is like too hot to resist or whatever,
it makes me feel weird about Frank Miller now.
It makes me weird about any person who wrote that into the script, and I don't know who wrote that or who decided to do that.
Like I told you, there was no script. It's from the comic book.
It's bizarre. I'm not into it.
Very.
I think that anyone who thinks of that probably should have their stuff looked at.
Yeah.
Personally. But I think the Clive Owen part was great. I think that women running their little town, and being a scary force of nature is fucking lit.
Yeah, Marv
I think that's awesome.
and Dwight are badass noir heroes.
Yeah. I love both of those segments are amazing in my opinion.
Fucking awesome.
I mean, Marv is like a champion of women. I love it.
Yeah.
He's can't die. Honestly, I loved it.
Yeah.
I mean, he did fall in love with Goldie really quickly, which was a little bit like, oh my God.
She was the first person ever given the time of day.
Yeah, but he avenged her and he respected her sister. I mean, honestly, I thought it was great. And then I love Clive Owen and Rosario Dawson.
Yeah, I love Clive Owen.
I do too. And Brittany Murphy's in this. I love Brittany Murphy.
Oh, I love Brittany Murphy too.
And Mickey Rourke, or not Mickey Rourke.
I love Mickey Rourke.
Benicio del Toro was fantastic in this movie.
Love him. Crazy.
If only take out the last 30 minutes.
It's going to take you so long to pick an actor.
It is. There's a lot of choices.
There's
so many people.
I feel like there's probably someone in this that's in Mamma Mia, and I fucked up.
I don't think so, actually.
Thank God.
But I do have. I'm gonna give you one because
Oh?
I'm hoping one day when you have the chance to pick one of my movies, you'll do me a solid.
Oh, what? Who could you give me though?
I'm gonna give you Rucker Hauer.
Okay, yeah, I owe you one.
You owe me one. Okay.
Dude, that's one of my favorite movies of all time.
I know.
Or at least the sequel is.
Yeah, you love Blade Runner 2049.
I guess we're doing Blade Runner.
We're doing Blade Runner.
Oh, yes.
It's gonna be great.
But now I owe you one.
You do owe me one.
Great.
Maybe we can get to Baby Boom
Well,
somehow.
dude, you're giving me Blade Runner. All right, well, let's watch Blade Runner then.
Let's do it.
I also forgot to mention last week, I put a poll on last week's episode. I'll go ahead and put it here, and I'll just tally all the numbers together. Autumn is going to be on vacation at...
I'm going to Disney,
She's
obviously.
going to Disney, of course, if you ever
Obviously.
listened to the show before. She's going to Disney World with
Without
her,
you.
two of her favorite people on Earth, not me.
Yeah, my mom and my sister.
Yeah. She's going to have a blast, but we don't have time to record an extra episode for that week.
Right.
So we're going to release a Patreon episode.
Yes.
So that we've covered 30 movies over there.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say we would give up the X-Men 1,
X-Men 1, X-Men
Spider-Man
2,
1.
Spider-Man.
Iron Man. X-Men 1, the poll I posted last week was X-Men 1, X-Men 2, Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2, or Iron Man.
Yeah.
And you can vote on multiples.
Okay.
So, because we don't have that many listeners.
Yeah.
So you can vote on whichever ones you want. And whichever one gets the most votes over the 2 or 3 week period, I'll post that one while she's gone for
Okay.
you guys for free.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
The-
Honestly, those were a lot of fun to do. So
The Patreon, if you want to go sign up for that, if you are interested in Marvel, if you're interested in Avengers Doomsday, is not going to miss an episode because we did have time to record those 2 extra ones.
yes.
So
Yeah. All right.
let us know on the poll on
Shameless plug.
Spotify. If you listen somewhere else, I don't know how to do that. I apologize.
And whoopsie. Sorry. All right. Well, we'll talk to you guys next week. That's a wrap for this week's episode. Thanks for joining us. If you like the show, leave a review, follow the chain, and join us next week as we link from Sin City to Blade Runner.
Hell yeah.
Bye.
See ya.
Next week on Chain Link Theater.
I was looking for 6 replicants. In a city of 106 million people. What I didn't know was they were looking for me. If I didn't care more than words can say,